Well, you know that task you've been avoiding for, what, 3 days? 3 weeks? 3 geological eras? That project, that goal, that thing you keep pushing back again and again. You have a task, a big one, the one that actually matters. Let's call it the frog. And instead of doing it, you scroll again. This isn't laziness. It's your lizard brain panicking like the task is about to bite you. Your brain treats this task like a predator, except the threat isn't real. And the longer you avoid it, the bigger it grows. Spoiler, you're not going to die. Well, not right away. But your life, it shrinks a little every day you avoid that frog. In this video, I want to show you why your brain does this and how to reprogram it using 3 simple levers: identify, shrink, and the safe zone. This frog idea comes from Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog, a classic in productivity. Simple concept: tackle your biggest, scariest task first thing in the morning, the one that would actually move your life forward. But your brain refuses to touch it. Why? Because it sees it as a threat, not physical, emotional. And your reptilian brain reacts to emotional threats exactly like real danger. In mind mechanics, we take this concept and plug it directly into neuroscience, so you understand what's happening inside your head. Picture this. You need to send an important email, boss, client, whatever. You open Gmail, stare at the blank screen, and close the tab. Coffee, Instagram, weather app, anything but the email. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That wasn't weakness. That was your lizard in full panic mode. Problem: the avoidance loop. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain. You're not lazy. You're wired for survival. Your lizard comes from a time when threats were simple. Rustle equals tiger. Uncertainty equals danger. The rule is simple. If something stresses you out, avoid it. If something relieves you, repeat it. Today, your brain can't tell the difference between a tiger and an email. It sees the frog, heavy task, emotional weight, and panics. Amygdala fires up. Cortisol spikes. Heart rate increases. Muscles tense. It feels real. So you avoid. You scroll. You escape. And sometimes, you even watch videos about procrastination to procrastinate. Your lizard considers that a strategic victory. Stress drops. Dopamine hits. Your lizard says, "Perfect. We avoided the threat. Let's do that again." Except you didn't avoid a threat. You avoided the one thing that mattered. And the frog grows, not physically, emotionally. Your brain learns frog equals danger. Avoidance equals safety. That's the dopamine avoidance loop. A loop where each avoidance reinforces the next. You're not weak. You're trapped inside a neurological system that thinks it's saving your life. Why the frog grows. Let's break down why your brain treats this task like a mortal threat. 1. Faulty threat detection and judgment fears. Your amygdala scans constantly, fast, automatic, not very smart. It detects emotional weight and screams, danger. Because the frog isn't just a task. It feels like a test of your worth. Ignored email equals rejection. Failed project equals I'm not good enough. Hard conversation equals social risk. These aren't logical fears. They're primal threat responses from a time when losing your tribe meant death. 2. Uncertainty equals danger. Your brain hates uncertainty more than pain. A vague task lights up the fear circuits instantly. That's why you can avoid a 20-minute task for 3 hours. You're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding the discomfort of not knowing. 3. The dopamine trap. Avoidance equals quick dopamine. The frog equals delayed dopamine. Your lizard always chooses the immediate reward. Each avoidance deepens the neural groove. Frog equals stress. Avoidance equals relief. Tomorrow, the frog is bigger. That's why Brian Tracy says, eat it first thing in the morning. Because ignored frogs grow. Pause. Breathe. Here's the key. The fear doesn't come from the task. It comes from the story your brain attaches to it. The frog was never dangerous. Your lizard just believed it was. And here's the good news. You can reprogram this. Your brain is plastic. Avoidance loops can be replaced with action loops. You don't need more motivation. You need a neurological protocol. Time for action. Here's how to tame your frog. Lever 1. Identify your frog. Your frog isn't the longest task. It's the one that tightens your stomach. Ask yourself, what is my brain trying to avoid? Exactly. Judgment. Feeling incompetent. Discovering you're not as good as you hoped. This is the real threat your lizard is reacting to. Name it, and it deflates. Labeling an emotion reduces amygdala activation. Write down your frog. Now. Lever 2. Shrink the frog. To your lizard, even a simple email feels like a raging mammoth. So turn it into a baby frog. Break the task into the smallest possible first step. I'm just opening Gmail. I'm just typing the first sentence. I'm just writing what I want to say. I'm just picking up 3 things. Your brain doesn't ask, can I finish this? It asks, is it safe to start? Start tiny. Your lizard relaxes. 90% of the resistance disappears. Lever 3, the 3-minute safe zone. Create a mental terrarium for your lizard. Exact protocol. Headphones. Notifications off. Quiet, clear space. Timer. 3 minutes. Tell yourself, I only need to work for 3 minutes. I can stop after. Your brain goes, okay, 3 minutes isn't dangerous. And here's the magic. You usually keep going. Activation is the real barrier. Once you're moving, the fear dissolves. But even if you stop after 3 minutes, you still win. You weaken the avoidance loop, and you teach your brain. Starting didn't kill me. Repeat it. Each session rewires your brain. Understand this. You don't need more motivation. You need to feel less threatened. Every 3-minute session re-educates your lizard, builds new neural pathways, shapes a new identity. You become the person whose brain no longer flees from important tasks, not by force, by experience. Start, survive, repeat. Your amygdala recalibrates. Your frog shrinks. The frog was never dangerous. It was just a task. Your brain dressed it up like a monster. Brian Tracy was right, eat the frog. But now you understand why it works. Not through discipline, but through neuroscience. Identify. Shrink. 3 minutes. Repeat. Your lizard learns fast. Tomorrow morning, before touching your phone, identify your frog. Shrink it. 3-minute timer. Start. Then tell me in the comments, frog eaten. If this video helped you understand your brain, hit like and subscribe. And remember, you're not fighting your brain. You're teaching it.